that are left, and then so that tomorrow you guys can be, you know, like today and tomorrow and over the weekend, you guys can just, you know, finish up whatever that you guys need to do. So yeah, now on this here, let me look at my CSS. This is the CSS I have here, which is a lot of code that was written there. And then today I'm simply going to add into this code that you actually have on CSS here. So anyway, now to work with the other section here, um, I'm going to add another section, as I said today. So I'm just gonna scroll down here so that you guys can have a clue. Okay, so I'm adding this section here, the about me section. This is the section that we're adding, the about me section. And I'm also going to add something called an anchor, but I'm going to add it towards the end, the anchor there. I'm going to add it towards the end so that we can see like an anchor simple position your code in certain places. Like for instance, if I press on home, it's supposed to come to the home section. If I press on about me, it's supposed to go to the about me section. If I say what I do, it's supposed to go there. So that is the layout of this. So now on this, I'm trying to think here. Should I do um, this first? Okay, let me do this. On the home page here, also there's something that's very important. Social media icons, like especially on the home page, like each and every person who is selling themselves. Like these days, like you cannot sell yourself if you do not have the media, your social media icons or your social media aspects being related here. So which means I need to add some social media icons here so that if ever someone wants to read more about me, and then they can always refer to the social media. So instead of just looking at this website, they can also go to the social media and also check me out on social media there. So that is what I need to add. So with social media, I think I am going to add it just underneath here. I'm still in the home section. Yeah, I'm still in the home section, and I am going to add it under the buttons. Under the buttons, I think this is more under the buttons or under. Okay, let me just put it in the section, but outside of the. Okay, in the info, it's fine. Oh, before this, I need to find a certain website called Boxicons because this is where I'm going to be getting my most my icons. So Boxicons, yeah. So boxicons.com. So I'm clicking here, boxicons.com here. You see that? So this is what I have, but I need to have the link first. So for me to get the link here, let me see if I scroll down, am I gonna get that link for CSS? Because chances are I'm not. Okay. Oh, usage, there's usage. So I'll click on usage here. Then on usage, I'm going to get the link that I need. You see that? So let me maximize the screen so that you guys can see. So you see that web, what, and then you've got all these links that you have. This is the script, SCRC and that. But I want to import this to the what you call to import the CSS. So this is what they want me to do. So I'm going to have to copy this whole thing, copy it. And now notice they say copy and paste the style link onto your header to download our CSS. See, so this is what they want us to do, to copy and paste that link here and put it in your CSS in the header. So the CSS doesn't have a header, but the header is here. So which is this is where I'm supposed to download that. So I'm simply going to paste it, that link that I have here. You notice here href what that link that I copied here. I just pasted it there in the what you call, I just copy it in the header of the HTML document. So now I can start because now I already have almost everything that I want here. So I can literally start there. So, and then now they're even telling me here that to use the icon on your page, add a prefix bx dash for regular icons and bx for solid icons, and bx what for logos, followed by the icon name and what. Like they're telling us what to do, and then they're giving you examples on how exactly to do that. So this is how we add these icons there, and then you can style them according to whatever. So like now one thing about software development or web development, whatever development that you're going to do, there is something called documentation, of which this here is an example of documentation. It's very important to any developer. You need to understand documentation. You need to learn how to read documentation. Even if you're working with HTML and CSS and JavaScript later, you need to understand documentation. And remember, like you're not just gonna stop here. You're not just gonna stop at CSS, HTML, and then they said there's other aspects that you need to add on here. Like you need to add, in fact, for instance, icons. How are you supposed to know that you're supposed to add icons? How do you know you're supposed to add icons? So now for you to add those icons, you need to understand the documentation. You need to go back to the documentation, go through that particular documentation, of which I am not going to go through documentation with you. This is up to you. This is something that you have to do on your own. And it's called trial and error. So you are going to do that. And notice here, there's also animations there, animation on Hoover, and like, there is a lot. So it's up to you as to like the extent at which you want to take this. And it's going to determine how far you go in terms of this. So I'm saying understand your documentation. Now we've put that. So next thing is for me just to do that div part here, div, and then under my div here, I'm going to give it a class name, div class. At here. Oh, not bad. Okay, div class like that. And then the class here, I'm going to call this class social media, because I'm teaching social media here. So I'm calling this class social media here. And then in this class here, I'm going to have these aspects here. I'm going to have, let me just copy this thing. No, let me type it. Href, href, which is equal to, okay, I'll just put, I'm trying to think if I should do this way or, okay, let me just put a hash for now, because I'll show you sometime later, because the hash here is just a placeholder. That's what the hash represents. I'm pretty sure you guys have been wondering like why we've been using hash throughout the code that we've been doing. And the hash is simple. The hash is a placeholder. It's a placeholder for something. That's what the hash is for. So now href there, and then we've got that hash here, and then that, and then now we can insert the what you call these box icons here, these box icons that you have that you want to use. So I'm trying to see. Okay, since I have already done that, so let me go to here, the home page, and I'm going to look for, let's say I want Twitter. So let me see, do I find anything on Twitter here? Oh, there we go. There's Twitter here. Then I'm going to click on that. Okay. See, the moment I clicked on Twitter here, notice here, it gave me this item here. Box icon, what. And then notice here, you've got all this stuff here. But what I want here is the web component, which is that. So I'm going to click on HTML. I've copied the HTML icon here. I've copied that. So now I can go back to my website. here, and then I am going to paste it. Okay, gives me something totally ridiculous. I need to fix that. Okay, it's insane. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is what I want. Not the web component. I want this component here, this basic component here. So let me copy again. Come on. Let me just copy it properly then. There we go. You notice here. Now I've copied this, but I class BXL Twitter what, and then /I. It has done that. So which means I can simply copy this because I want to put Twitter and I want to put LinkedIn. What other social media account do I have? Instagram. Instagram is useless, so I'm not going to put that. So LinkedIn, Twitter, and okay, just for educational purposes, I'm just going to put maybe Instagram and maybe Facebook if I have Facebook. So I've just copied these 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just need to change here because this was Twitter. So let me find LinkedIn. There's LinkedIn here. Let me open that. Okay, this is what I want. I'm going to copy this part and then I'll replace here. Oh. Like that. I've replaced LinkedIn there. Then Facebook. Facebook, and then which icon is better for Facebook? I think I should use this one because I'm simply working with almost the same icons that I have here. This is Facebook, and the last one is going to be Instagram. Instagram one. Insta. Okay, come on, I'm picking it up. Or maybe my spelling is wrong for Instagram. Let me see if I can find Instagram here. Funny thing, I can find a lot of other icons here, but I just can't find Instagram. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, that's, I think Pinterest, LinkedIn there. Seems like there's no Instagram. Okay, it's not bad though. So I think, because I just want an icon to put, so I'll put TikTok. Because I just want 4 icons to put there, and then I've copied that. And now I think I'm okay. So I'm just gonna paste this here in the place of that. So now these are the icons that we have, our social media icons that we actually have. These are the ones that we have there. So now I think I can close my div part here because I'm done. Slash div, and then I'm done with the div part. So if I say save and I run this, and then notice here 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are icons there. As much as they are there, but they are not neat. They are just there and they are not looking as nice as we want them to be. So which means we need to style them, isn't it? So now for us to style them now, we need to go back to the CSS there, and then we can style. Let me find the name first. The name is called social media. So let me copy that name here. And then here I'll come and say dot paste. And then from there, now we can start coding. So the first thing that we want here is the position of the social media icons. They want the position to be absolute. Absolute. That's a position there. We want them to occupy a certain position. And then we want them to be, okay, let me say, where is this? Where is this? Let me save and run this. See the same position where they're supposed to be here. And then the next thing, I want the width to be, give them a certain width. Let me give them 180 pixels. Okay, we'll change that if ever there is anything. And then the display, want it to be flexible, same way that it is already. Let's just leave that display the way it is. And then we're going to flex that display. X, that is a display there. And then justify content, you want it to have space in between. You want to have space in between there. So justify content, and then want it to have space. Okay, space between, there we go. And then from there, okay. And then from there, and then let's give it a background. Let's give it a background. And then the background, I'm gonna make it, because I just want it to be a little bit different. And then I'm gonna remove the background though, because I want this to have a certain, a certain difference from the whole of the document that we have. Notice here. So this is what we have so far. So this is the reason why I wanted this green thing to be there, so that I can distinguish it from the background. I'm going to remove it sometime later though. So now this is what we have. So notice here, and these ones are A-listed, isn't it? They're A-listed here, these icons there. So we can simply work with them also the very same way. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to paste it here. And then this time I'm working with the A, or the anchors. So the anchors here, I need to style these particular anchors that we have. So the first thing that we do is always work with the display there. Display, now we want them to be, it's still flex, but now we need to be very specific about flex, and then now we want it to be inline flexed. So which means inline flex. So, and then next part here, let's work with the width again. But now notice here, when you're working with the width, the other width before, the width that we're working with, this width here was the width of the social media, the div, the social media div, which means from here to there, it's 180 pixels. From the beginning until the end, it's 180 pixels. You can increase it if you want, but this is the width. But now the width now that we're dealing with is the width of the anchor. Each and every anchor that you have, want to give it a certain width. So now I think the width that will work better is, let me see, it's 180. If it's 180, let me see. I'm trying to do a little bit of maths there. Let me work with 40. As I say, guys, this is mostly trial and error. So, so now I'm thinking the width, like I'm talking about how big and how small is supposed to be this particular icon there. So if I'm working with the width and the height, it has to be basically the same, because I need it to be square. So it is going to be 40 pixels, 40 pixels. So if I run this, observe, notice here, the thing has changed a little bit. But the, what you call, this block is now way huge, which is fine, We can always work with this. So next up, let's do this. Next up, we're going to the background of the icons. Let's change the background of the icons. Let's make it transparent. And also we need to remove the lines that we have here. We need to remove these lines there, which is the test decoration, isn't it? So let's remove the background from the icons there. Background of the icon, background. Remember the background, it has to be transparent. Of the item there, and I'm going to, I said that I want to remove the test decoration there. So test decoration, and then I want it to be none. And then from there, I want to justify the content there. Justify content. The content I want it to be justified to the center. Right? And what else can I do? Let me align also these items to the center because they've been justified to the center. I also need to align them to the center. So align items, and then you align them also to the center. Let's see so far what we have. Like this, and run. You notice now it's in the mirror, which is okay, almost. And then the position also, this one was absolute. Now this one here, we need to make it relative to the content that we have. Position. Since remember, this whole thing is absolute. So which means the content that we have inside, it has to be relative to that div element that it is sitting on. So hence our position has to be relative, because if that div shifts, which means it's also supposed to shift. That's supposed to happen there. And what else can I do? Let me do this. Let me put a border around these icons there. Border. Let me put a border around these icons there. And then I'm going to say 2px, that is our border there. And then I want it to have a solid line. And that solid line, I need to give it a certain color that will distinguish it. I think I'll use white. And then I'll make it white. Well, let me just hash the color. I think hash FFF. I think FFF is white. Okay. And if I do this, let me see. Okay, nothing is happening as of yet, but it's okay. Okay, let's see. Next up, let's try to increase it. Let's try to make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to change the font size of these icons there, and we're going to make them 20 px. We can change that if we think it's too small. Let me see. Run that. Okay, it's a little bit big, but if we can change it to maybe 24, and save, and let's run it. Okay, I think this is better. Yeah, I like this. I like this better. And then from there, now I need to have what should I put here? What should I put here? Should I give them? Let me give them a color. Color. I want it to have the same color as every other element that we have here. So let me make it, let me go and copy the other color that we wrote, that we initially gave to the body. Is it the body color? Yeah, let me use the body color there. I think it's better. And then I'll come and I'll give it that. And then I think from there, and then let me give it a border radius. Radius, because I want it to be a little bit roundish, I think, if possible. And what should I give it? What should I say here? Border radius. Let me see. Okay. Right by error, guys. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Okay, there we go. We have something. It looks kind of okay for now. And let me see if there is any overflow. I want to remove that overflow. If ever there is overflow, just saying it's safe here. Okay, like for now, there's nothing, so it is okay. And I think so far, so good. So far, so good. That yesterday, day before, we also spoke about this set index thing there, and then leave it at -1. Okay, and then let me see if I remove the background. Where's the background color? That green thing that I said. Oh, no, not this one. Or this one here. Okay, and then now I can do this. Okay, there we go. Because I just put it, I just hid it behind the thing there. So I think so far so good. So far so good in terms of the icons there, and then maybe we can just give it a margin top, and then we give it a margin top of maybe 50. I think it's going to be fair. Margin. Okay, let's just see what's going to happen. Okay, it's not working out. Okay, let me, because I'm trying to create a space in between this button here and these icons here. I'm trying to create a space there. So trying to see what's going to work out better. So if this is not working out, I'm trying to see if ever there is another margin that we can use. Okay, let me say bottom. 50. Let's hope it works. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to see here because this thing is not doing what it, oh, position. Okay, let me see. And you guys you are letting me. Perfect. Okay, there we go. So from the bottom of the page, but I do not want it to be from the bottom of the page, man. Oh, from the bottom of the section. It's from the bottom of the section. So it's fine. So made it just 50 thing is from the bottom of the section there. Let me just increase this a little bit here. These social media icons here. Let me make it 220. 220, and then which means I can also increase the this here to 60 and this here also to 60, then which means I can increase the font size here to 30 and then save, and then see they're a little bit bigger now. So because I want them to be a little bit bigger, I think I like I like how they look. They're not so bad. So yeah, so far so good. So I think here we're done with this particular section. So these here are your items here. These here are your items. You can even put that hover function that we have, that you've, where that hover thing that we've been putting all this throughout our documents there. Okay, we can have this. This is navigation.hover, and then we can have it here. Instead of saying navigation, but you say social media, social media.hover, and then we can do that because I just want to use the same colors. So now if I do this, and then from there, when I move, oh, I have to run this first. When I move here, I'm supposed to, okay, it's not, oh, wait, what up? Oh, And what happened to the hover part? Okay, so like that and run. Then when I'm moving, okay, how come my hover is not working? Uh, okay, let me just test, see if, oh, there we go. Wait, how come it's wrong? Okay. Let me see my HTML code. Probably something up here. Href, which is perfectly fine. So funny thing is, it worked for 1 second and then it stops working. Okay. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But anyway, so like this is how basically you put these icons here. Thinking maybe it's my what you call, my computer is acting up these days. So, but anyway, this is how you put some of these things, like these icons there. This is how you put these icons. So now if we have to do this, add another section, for instance, let's say I want to add another section, and this time I want to add the about me section. Let me do that. Um, So this is the about me section that we're starting here. And then we've got a div that you want to give some information to. Now, this div section here, I want to give it some information. Let's say I want to put a picture on one side and then I want to put text on the other side. So I want to put picture maybe on the left-hand side here, and then I want to put text on the right-hand side here. And then now, for us to do that, so I'll call this, let me call this what, a container, yeah, which represents the whole thing there. No, not a container, because already this here is we call it a container. I think it's fine. I can use that name. I can survive with that name. Okay, like that. And then I said I want to put a picture. So obviously I'll put a picture. IMG source is equals to, now I need to go and look for the picture that I want to make use of. Okay, in the images here, there's a picture that I labeled as profile. There we go. We have a picture called profile here. So let me copy this name down. That is a .jpg image, I think. Let me just check the details of the pics. All of them are JPG. So and then this picture here is called, oh, okay, I have to do this slash, it, yeah, slash img slash then profile .jpg. And then I think and then from there, and then maybe I'll just put an alternative here and say, just in case my picture doesn't show, and then I'll say my profile. Or let me just say profile pic instead of my profile, because that's too cheesy. Profile pic, like that. I think, yeah. And then from there, I'm done with this div part here. Div. And then from there, I'm also going to have another div here. But this div here is going to have a class, and the class here is going to be the description of myself. So I'll just call it desk. This is a short for description for myself here, and then inside here I'm going to have a paragraph. I'm going to have a paragraph, and this paragraph there, I'm trying to figure out what content to put. I think I'll just Google that. I'm not going to use anything that I have, so I'm going to Google that. Let me find something. Description. Nice thing about best description of software developer. Profile. Okay, so I'm simply going to copy something like this, copy and paste. Nice thing about Google, allows us to do that. Okay. The fact that I was pressing enter here doesn't mean anything really. So don't worry about this part. So anyway, now I think we have a certain part of this section done. Let's see div. Oh, I have to close my div here. And I think we're done with this particular part. Let me save and let me run this on the website here. Run. Then if I scroll down, notice here, my picture is not showing. And then we've got that entire text that we have that is down there. So this is what we have. So we've got a new section now that we have underneath, and that particular section here has got its own thingy. So how then do we do that? So which means we need to format this in a certain way. So let us do that. Let us do that. So we do that in CSS, obviously, and I need to, excuse me, I need to put that picture here. I need to find the reason why my picture is not showing. So let me put a dot here. Let's see if it's gonna show. Okay, still strange.
Sir, sir.
Sorry.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Hi, sir. For
Yes.
it to
Hi.
show, it was doing the same on my coding. I think you
Uh-huh.
have to close the image. For the image to show, you must close it again. You see there, IMGSR
Sorry.
what's this? Is it a slash IMG?
Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
So I'm still here. I'm saying close your image so that it can show.
Close my
You
image.
know, here on
Close my
coding, we
website.
whatever that we open, we close it. Close your image with a slash img at the end.
Where?
Just
Here.
after that profile
Oh,
picture.
you mean
Yes,
this?
yes, I
See,
will type it
I, for,
in.
I forgot that part. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Hey,
sir.
see. Thank you.
Okay.
See, I keep on missing some of these things. Hey, mistakes. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Mfundo. All right. So okay, this part here. Okay, we'll fix this. It's not a transmission. So now on this part here, we need to style this part now. This is what we just need to do. We need to style it. And how do we style it? Go back to our CSS there. And from there, then we can start the styling part. So for us to style, um, we just have to style. Okay, let me find the names first. I've got the container and I've got the description. So let me go down to the container first and foremost, and then dot container, and then the container here is going to have some text, not some text. So it's just about a picture there. So I'm going to give it a minimum height um, of something like 100 points, which is that's trying to make it a little bit smaller, and then a certain width. If um, and then oh, oh, this is the container. My bad. This is the container. So the container is supposed to have like, and then the width of my container is going to be 100% of the page. Yeah, 100% of the actual page there, of the of the of the entire page of the entire website from there to there, and then from there, and then I want to flex the display. I want to flex it so that the picture and the items can appear next to each other. So let's do that. Yes, there we go. Notice here. So which means my picture is supposed to occupy a very big space there. And so that's why the text will come over to the bottom there, which is okay. And then next up here is going to be align items. So align items, I want to align these items here to the center. And then I'm also going to justify my content. I'm also going to justify it to the center. I think, yep. And then now I can work with the image here. IMG, is it IMG? Okay, let me check what's the name of my image here. Oh, it's IMG. I didn't give it a name, so just IMG. So let me format it as IMG. So IMG. IMG, I don't need to put a dot because it's already IMG here. So IMG, and with IMG here, I'm just gonna write a couple of things here. Need to format my picture here with to what width can I give this one? Width of 50, which is half of the page. I think that'll be fine. And then the height going to be basically this twice that. The height is going to be twice that. And then the display, I want it to be block display. Okay. And object fit, it's something called object fit. Object fit is how does the picture fit in the particular elements that you actually gave it. And then the object fit here, I want it to be cover. I just needed to cover there. And then the object position will be center, like center of part of the plateau you give it. So object position. Okay. Let's say that I said I need it to be centered. Okay. Okay, I think there's something wrong with this spelling here. Object position. Okay, that's still, why is it? Okay, let me check. Why? Something is wrong with this one here. It's not taking out. I don't know why. Okay, I think I'll remove it if ever it's giving me a problem, as I said. So now, okay, notice the picture is right in the center of where it's supposed to be. And okay, there we go with our what you call our content here. I'm trying to see here. Okay. Okay. I think another thing is instead of having this container here, yeah. Instead of having this container here, let me use about instead of the container for the section. That will just place everything under the same section here. Because yeah, because I'm looking here at my picture and my content is it's not working properly there. Let me use about here. Let me see if it's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Oh, perfect. There we go. There we go. Notice here, my text and my content are now side to side because this is what is supposed to happen there. And then now I need to work on text decoration here, text decoration, and then I need it to be none. Run. Okay, this is fine. Let me remove here. And then I also need the paragraph. Ne? Okay, this is the paragraph under desk there. Dot desk. Desk. See if this thing is on toy today, because our entire text here is not doing what it's supposed to do, and this clickable thing is not even supposed to be happening. Okay, I need to figure that out. So anyway, now with you guys, some of you that have already been working on this here, I'm pretty sure you face a lot of problems whenever you are working with this. And like there is a lot that you have to do in terms of like the fixing part and like troubleshooting, because your troubleshooting is a problem. it's a problem. So now for you to troubleshoot, how do you usually work? How do you usually do this? How do you usually do this? Or let me just give it also a background there. How do you usually troubleshoot your problems? If you're facing any problem there. Uh, Let me just set background and give it just a color. What color should I give? Hello guys, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why quiet?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Why are you so quiet?
We're listening
TSS
to
is
you, sir.
giving me anxiety.
Why
We're
is it
looking
giving you
at the
anxiety?
miracles, sir.
You're looking at the what?
The miracle.
Ah, listen to you. Hey, it's not a miracle. You can do this.
Yeah, I'm coming right, sir.
You're coming right. See, that's what I wanna hear. That's what I wanna hear. I'm trying to find a color. Okay, I think this is fine. Background of this particular section here. Save and come here and run. Okay, so this one has got its own background. Notice here you have a background here. You've got your own background somewhere here. And then this is up to you as to what you can do. And then as we still need to work when special tomorrow, we're gonna fix this last part here, how to make this not disappear, but like remember this thing here is so visible, and then it's not supposed to be showing when you're scrolling like that. This volume of the data there. It's not supposed to be showing when you're scrolling, but yeah, we'll fix that. Oh, and I also need to have this section here. It's supposed to say about me, and then it's supposed to come somewhere here on top. Okay, so anyway, the position is fine, and then my picture is still not showing, which is annoying me right now. As to why my picture is actually not showing. Um, oh. Okay, so now oh, for my picture, instead of just giving myself a stupid headache, so let me do this. Splash. Copy. image address. Yep. Just avoid a lot of unnecessary issue here. Okay. A long thing that I just did. So just copied the web address where I find my picture. Where I find there we go. Notice here. Now I've got something. I've got something now. So there is a picture here because I just simply didn't want to give myself a headache. I need to just make this a little bit smaller here, and yeah, let me make it a little bit smaller. So where is the IMG here? Where is the image? Okay, the height, I'll make it maybe 70. Save and run. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit better. And then I need to have a margin here for the text description part. I need to have a margin. I need to have a margin here for this thing here. I'm trying to think what margin I can give it. Margin. 10 px, ne? 10 px everywhere. Left, right, center, up, down. Okay, 10 is a little bit too small. Let me make it 20. Or margin left. And then I'm going to copy it and say margin right. Okay, and then I will make it 50. And I'll also make it here at 50. Okay, like this, and run. There we go. See, my text is somewhere here, right in the middle of where my page is. And then, yeah, I think this is almost good. It's almost good. All right, and then, yeah, this is almost okay. And then this text that I have, okay, I think this is okay. We can literally operate with this. So anyway, now this is my second section. I just decided to put like a sort of a second, what you call a second background. And now this is what I'm gonna do. Let me put a footer. That is the next thing that's left. Footer. So we're just rushing through now what this now the footer, I'm just going to make a footer very, very basic. The thing is, like, if you notice here, almost everything that we've been doing here, the most of the items or most of the work has been done, especially by on the a lot of the work, I mean, has been done on the CSS part. You notice even the footer also, most of the work here, you do it on the CSS part. So yeah. And then in our footer here, I am going to divide this footer into two. Okay, so I'm going to divide. I'm going to have content, and then I'm going to have like a footer border, a footer bottom. So like it would be like two footers at once, but yeah, but still basically one thing. So our footer here, and then I'm going to have a div class. that has got something called the footer content. Footer content. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to have content here. I'm going to have an H3 head. I'm going to call it, which is basically my what you call this. So it's what I want also in the footer here. So in our footer here, I'm going to have tab F this, which is basically my logo. So if you have a logo, you can always just put a logo here. H3 like that, and then T. Now, if you guys notice something here, do you guys see? Can you guys see that if you check almost everything that we've been doing, literally from the first day until now, I've been doing the same thing, just that just write different words, you put in a different picture, you do this, you do that, but it's basically the same thing that we've been doing time and time and time again. Right? Do you guys see that?
Yes, sir, but it takes time to grasp, but we will get there.
Yeah, it takes time. Really, like it's not something like that you're supposed to like, wake up in the morning and. But the bottom line is, you're gonna get there. But now, how does it take time? It only takes time if you do not practice it. But if you practice it, you practice today, practice, and then in a week, you have an idea of what the concepts are. In about a month, you're fluent in
Good
this.
that say practice
Sorry?
makes perfect.
Exactly.
No, I was saying I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect. Yeah. And they were not wrong about that. So anyway, now going back here. So I said that I just want some content here. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna copy this. And I'm just gonna edit just a little bit here. Say I am a software developer. A professional, let me see who designs, writes, tests, and displays.
So can I ask you something?
But yeah. Yeah, please go on. Mfundo.
So it's me. I wanted to ask you. You added like those icons for Twitter. You didn't add like for email. Is it because we are software developers? Like there's no need for such on our CV, or you are just making an example?
I'll make an example. You can put your email, but your email, isn't it? This is what you have. You've got a form. You've got this part here, this part that says my contact. So when a contact, you're going to design a form. Now that form there, what you have, someone who they will write their name, their surname, and then something, whatever that they need to do, and you can send. And then in your contact also, you're going to have your contact details. You're going to have your name,
You're
your
about to
surname.
go there. Okay.
Yeah, this is the last part. Yeah.
Right.
So now I just want to design the footer, and then I think today we'll stop at designing the footer, and then tomorrow we're simply going to finish up on the contact there. We're just going to design some small form, and then that form there is going to have also your like under the form, you're also going to have your contact details, your name, your surname, your phone number, and your email address.
Noted.
Okay. So now, software developer, professional who designs what. So this is basically my sort of my forte, and then from there, and then I can come back here. I'm done with this part, and then now I can put my social media again, especially because remember I'm dealing with a footer. A footer is something also that is there in every page. So what if we do not want a person is past this part here, they went down to the bottom of the page. So now if they want their footer, should they scroll all the way back so that they can click on your social medias? Or the social medias is also good to have them at the bottom. See, so it's also good to have your social media items at the bottom of the page. It's so very good to have that. So hence now we're going to re-put them here. Now I'm going to put them here in a different way. Like here, there's a way we just did them in using the anchors, but this time I'm going to use something called list. That's what I'm going to use there. UL. Basically the same thing. Let me do this. UL, and then I'm going to give it a class. And then this time I'll call it socials. Up to you on what you on what you can do with this. But I want them to be a little bit smaller this time, so I'm not gonna give them the same name as the other ones here. Socials, and then inside here I'm going to list it. So I'm going to use LI as the listing there. So LI under LI, and then I'm just going to copy this, the what you call the href, exactly the same way that is the way that it's written here. I'm simply going to copy and paste like that, and then copy the eyes, and then at the end here. Okay, why do I have those two of these things here? Left them. So li. Okay, so now this is technically what we have. We've got this list that we have here. And now if I do this /ul like that, so technically this is what we have. Socials there, and then save, and then run. Now notice here we've got a footer at the end. You notice the section is different from this particular section that we have here. Now we've got a separate section there that we have there. But we're not done. We're not done. So now that is the first part of your footer there that is done, and can close the div, this particular div here. So let me close this div /div, because I'm done with this particular div, and now I'm gonna do another div. I'm still under the footer. I'm gonna do another div here. So this div now is going to have, like, you know, I'm pretty sure you've seen websites where they have the copyright and what 2023 and stuff like that. So that is what we're doing there. Class, and then equals to now this one I'll call it footer bottom. You can call it any name that you want. Bottom. Now in your footer bottom there, and then we have just a tiny paragraph here that we're gonna have here. And this paragraph is just gonna say copyright, because I do not want someone to copy my work. So this is the copyright. End copy. End copy is simple, and that thing that says, you know, I'm pretty sure you have seen it, that says that C with a circle surrounding it. It's written like that. This is the code for end copy. 2023, and then we'll say something like double have dot and designed by. Then I'm going to span this part here because I need to separate this. on. Then I'll say it table. Okay. Let me just write something else here and say just might. That's my name. And then yeah, just one, that, and we're done. And then close my div there and close my footer. Done. Okay, we're done with the footer, but that doesn't mean that we're done with the footer, done with the footer, because notice here, we've got that thing there that we have 2023 Turbo Tech, what. This is what we have literally. It is not exactly the website as of yet. Not the website as of yet. Then now how then do we, so we need to style again. Go back to our CSS. You see, our CSS is a very busy place. See, now I'm sitting on 168 lines. I'm about to create more lines on my CSS here, and these ones are gonna be a lot because like we just need to finish up on the footer here, which is gonna be a bunch of lines there. So the first part that I'm starting on, I'm gonna start with the footer because I need to style the footer first. Then after the footer, I'm going to style the content, and then in the content, the paragraphs and the social media icons and all that stuff. So let's try to make it neat. Let's see if we're gonna make it neat. Okay, I actually don't need that. Let's just say footer. And then like that, and then we need to style the footer. We need a background, and then I'm gonna put a background image here, and then URL and URL, and I'm going to put. Okay, let me do this. Let me just copy this. Let me copy this. I'm just gonna change the name. Okay, I'm just gonna change this name here. So let me check the image that I want. There's an image I want. Yeah, footer PG, this one. That one there. And then from there, I've put the background there. And then now, next thing that I want here is the height. The height of the footer section, and I need to set it to an auto because I want it to adjust according to the content that is inside there. And then the width, obviously the width has to be 100%, isn't it? Because it has to fill up the page. The same thing as a page, as an entire page there. 100% there. That's the width there, and font family. Font family. I'm going to use Sans. Let me use Sans. Sans serif. Yeah, I'm going to use sans serif there. I need to put it in quotes. Sans serif and padding. Need a padding here, obviously, and then the padding should be. Okay, we have a padding just from the top. So padding top. I need a padding from the top of 40 pixels. And I need a color for the text, obviously. And then let me use the color for the entire document. Where is that? Where is the color that I've been using? This one here. Color for the document. The same color that I've been using, and the position. Actually, okay, it's fine, whichever. But I usually prefer to put the position at the very top because I need to work with the position. Okay. Position. The thingy there, I need it to be absolute. Position is absolute. And then there's also things like okay, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Let me see if I have anything done. Yes, there we go. See, we have that. So this is what we have now separated from that section. Now we've got that entire thing that is acting up as our footer there. And then which has got its own background. And I think so. I think we're fine. If there's anything else, then I'm going to change. Okay, let me just find certain thing. Put it at 0. Left. Also it's 0, and then you've got the right. Also at 0. But these are basically our margins. So is in match. That's gonna change. Oh wow! Notice where it is now. It just decided to move over to the very top of the document there. So okay, you know what? Oh, okay, I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix that. So because it moved to the bottom of this particular thing there. Let me see. Cut. Okay, where it's supposed to be. So my bad. Okay. It works better if you start with it actually. Yeah. The sections there, but it's supposed to be at the bottom of the sections. I don't know why it's deciding to do its own drama there, but I'm gonna fix that. So anyway, now next up is notice the content is still not very nice. It's not nice looking and everything else. It doesn't look so nice. As nice as it's supposed to be, the content is simply not looking as nice as it's supposed to be. So we need to fix that. So now for us to do that, I need to deal with what's the first part here, the content. Let me say dot footer content. I think this is where I need to start. Let me see here, the content. Yeah, I still need to start there with the footer content there, and then flex that display. Remember, what does flex do? And then from there, align these items to the middle. Align, okay. Like that, align items, yep. And then this is going to be center. The items that have been aligned are center, and then justify content. Content justified also to the center. And right in the middle of the page or of the footer. And then flex direction needed to be columned. So flex direction, I need it to be columned. And obviously text align needs to be center. So which is basically what we have. Let me see here. Okay. Text align. All right. My footer is also doing exactly the same thing that this thing was doing. I need to fix that. Footer content. Okay, anyway, I'll deal with that. And then now there is that heading that we have here, which is Turbo Dev there. So I need to work with it. So let me copy this entire line here. The heading, but it's got its own H3. I need also to deal with that. Let me change that font size. Font size to, and then from there, then font weight. I need it to be a little bit, font weight 400. Doesn't need it to be, heavy. And then text transform. Text transform. Text transform, I need it to capitalize, which means each and every word that is there, regardless of how you write. I want it to be capitalized, capitalize each and every word. And then, yeah, I think I'm sorted. I think I'm sorted. Okay. Now let's see. Next up here is gonna be the paragraph. This paragraph that we have. So I'm simply going to copy this again, just paste it, then change this to a P. So now with the paragraph here, we just need to change what? The font. I think that's the only thing that we really need. Font size. I just need it to be a little bit smaller than the heading there. So let me make it a 14 or 12. TX. I think, yeah. Then okay. And then I need a margin here. Let me make it auto. Yeah. So I'll make it auto. So 10 at the top and bottom, and auto for the other, the left and right. Yeah. And then now I can work with the social media icons. There's so much, socials. I think I call them socials. Yeah, let me see. Where are the socials? Oh yeah, I call them socials. So I need to have a list style because I've got these dots. I need to remove those dots. List style. List style, and then I need to change that to none. Okay. Please. As always, justify content in this. I basically repeating the same thing time and time again there. And then the margin, I'm also going to do basically the same thing here. Let me just say margin. This time, let me just use something else. Let me use rem. 0 rem 0. Basically, okay. If we check here to see if it does, oh, there we go. Notice now we have that thing there that looks kind of nice, but we still have our footer there, not looking so nice as we wanted to. So, but basically now notice our thing, it looks almost, almost good, almost good. So now next part is just to remove text decoration, but we do not have text decoration, but I just need the space there. So let me do this. Social media A. Where is social media A last time? Okay, this was the social media A. So I'm just going to copy this whole thing and I'm going to paste it right here. And then instead of saying social media, I'll call it socials. Socials A. Okay, and then like that. And the font here is supposed to be 16. And then run. Okay, it just decided to disappear now. Okay, so positionings and all that weird nonsense here. Text decoration, none. Okay, let me just work with it like that. And then leave it here, because otherwise it's making my things disappear. So, and then I'm going to copy this whole thing and then now edit it as something else, but instead of just, and then now it's I. So I'm editing the I items there. And then I'm just going to change the font size. Font size, yes, and change it here to a 16 or 14. And a little bit too big. And position, I need to give it color. Transition, let me just say white and 0.4 seconds. Hope it's gonna work. Okay, not really working, but yeah. And then let me see. Now I can work with the bottom part. Dot footer underscore bottom. Okay. Like that. And then here now we have the background. Let's give it a background. The footer. Let me give it a background again. The background I'm gonna give is this one. Not that one that I did put last time here. Because I just wanna see it a little bit different. And then the width going to be 100% also. And then padding going to be 20 on all sides, ne? 20 on all sides, I think is perfect. me just do this. Let's see what's up, and then align. Going to be center. Right. And paragraphs there. And I think we're done. Yeah. Now we're working with the paragraph. With the paragraph there, the font size, the font size. I'll leave it at what, 14. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. And word spacing. Word spacing should be at least 2 px, so that you can differentiate between the words there. Text transformation, text transform should be the same. Is the other one there, capitalize. And now the last aspect here will be the what you call the span, which is the last thing there that we have. And then this is span, and is just that word the word that we wrote here. Notice where is that word span here? Oh, there is span here. Notice this is span. So that is span there. Actually, I didn't close this paragraph. I need to close this paragraph. Okay, I think it's closed now. Opens, closes, li stay closed, and then the paragraph closes, h3 closes, div. Okay.
So we can't see the changes you are making.
Now I haven't shown them. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just checking if my code is closing and everything else, because I have a bunch of errors here. But I haven't done, like, isn't I still have to show you this one here, the span part. So the span part here was this part here. That's what I just wanted to change, uppercase. And I don't need this and that. I don't need those two. And I just need an opacity. Of 0.6. Like, that's how clear the item is there. And I also need the font weight. Weight of I think 100 would be perfect. Okay, I think I'm done. Now let's run and see all of those changes that we just did. Okay, there we go. It's hiding somewhere. Oh, there we go. There we go. You notice here this last part here of your footer. We can even give it another color. For instance, maybe let's say we can give it another color there. Let's say what color can I give it? Not color, I mean yeah, the background. The background, let's say the footer bottom here. Let's make it maybe black. See, it's even blacker than this other black here. See that there's your background there with the copyright, what. So this here becomes your footer, like the bottom part of your page. And you've got some sort of a sample website here that you have. Notice here with my picture there with those two headphones that you have. So this is your silly looking website so far. This is your silly looking website. Not bad. And then there's this issue here that I have here that gets to be solved here from, I think it's the margin that I created here. Instead of creating a margin for the text, I actually created a margin for the website that needs to be fixed. But yeah, so sort of this is your sort of website if you can look at it like that. So here's your footer, here is a section here, and then you've got this. Oh, let me show you something, just one small item there, the anchor. So the anchor here, this is what we have when you're having anchors. Notice here. So I'll call this one there, say it's href. Let me say href, and then I'll call it home. Href home. Is hope gonna cut it. Let me say landing, because the home is already there. I have a reason why I need to separate it from there. So href there, we've got that href there as home or as a landing page. So now we need then to find a way to utilize the anchor to try to separate these things here that we actually have. Then how then do you separate these items that we have? So if you are making use of an anchor, so notice here now I have to say href, and then I put it like that. So now every time whenever I have something like this, so href landing like that, so which means I need an ID somewhere where I'm going to always refer this to. So which means now in this div class here, I can come and say ID, and then I say equals to, and then I call landing here, something like this. Something like that. So now, if, okay, let me run this. If I scroll down here, and then I've got this home thing, when I press on home, notice it's supposed to do that. Even if I go down all the way and I press on home, it's supposed to open up home. You see that? So every time whenever I click, I go down, I press home, goes back home. So same applies with about. If I click on about me, it's supposed to do the same thing. Let's go and check. Now, if we do that, where is about me? Let me call it about. Hashtag about. Okay, about is already there. So let me just call it me. And then I come here. Where is that about? There? In this item here, and then in this container that we have, and then I am going to call this here. Let me call it over here in this particular section. Let me say ID, and then equals to, in quotes. I hope that me is like this. Let me see how that me is like. There's a capital, so I need to come and change this here like that, and then run it. So now if I do this, then I press about, it's supposed to move over to the about me page. You see that? So this is how anchors work. If I press on home, it takes me to the home page, because the home page I didn't like. So about me takes me about me, home takes me to the home page. That is how anchors work. That is one of the things that was left there. You just have to ID your code here. ID your code, especially here. Where is that? Like here, when it says href, you've got that hash that you have, and then you give it a name, and then from there come to where the section is. Let me do this. Let me put it here. I'll put it where the section begins instead of where the section begins. So now, with this, now you can easily navigate your website. Simple like that. See, so this, you can easily navigate your website. You see, like my website here is not nice. Like remember we didn't design this with the aim to make it look nice. We just designed this with the aim to make it look functional for now, so that you guys can have a rough idea. You guys can therefore now start working on your own website and creating something that you guys can use to present. So so far, I think I've covered everything that you need, that we needed to. So any questions, any queries, any complaints, things like that? So far, it's a lot, I know.
So far, no questions. We'll work on the video so we can see what is come out.
Okay.
I would like to also ask you, sir, like to give us Monday, because like I think we have a lot to catch up on, so we can create something nice during the weekend.
Yeah, I said Monday, isn't it?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So yeah, Monday is gonna be fine. So you guys will do your presentations and stuff on Monday, and then you can upload on Monday after the presentations. Yeah, but see, it is a lot, I know, but you guys will get there. It will be fine.
Can I also ask a question? Like, if I can create a website which you download music, like it won't be illegal for me to upload those.
If you create a website,
Like, so, like creating a website where you can get like music. So I'm asking if it won't be like a crime to upload some other people's music on it.
with people's music, you need to get permission from them first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Otherwise, they will shut you down.
Okay.
Any more questions, guys? Okay. All right. Seems. Oh, Troy. Troy, I see your hand.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What's up?
You haven't showed us. Yeah. I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello. Okay,
I can hear you, Troy. Yeah. Troy.
Oh, okay. I was saying you haven't showed us how to use on how. Oh, yes. I was saying. Yo. Let me type on the chat, sir.
No, say it. We can hear you.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I was saying you haven't showed us the tab link creation and on how to move from one link into the other. So yeah, that is a thing that I'm actually looking for. The tab link variation.
The tab link variation.
Am I audible enough, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. Okay. Like I'm. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Can hear you. We can hear you.
Can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So I was saying, like, with what Troy is asking, I just showed you how to create a link, a tab that like a link to different sections of your tabs. It's just matter of anchors. That thing that I just showed you, the last piece of code that I showed you, that is how to create tab links to different parts of your document. So what you just need to do is, as I showed you, that you create like a hash something, and then that hash, and then you just put an ID name to it. For instance, hash home, and then go and find where you want to put the home tag, and then from there, and then you just link it to there. So same applies with your contacts page and your like all the pages that you have. So if this is a document that is outside, you just need to link it to that particular document that is outside. For instance, your href there, instead of saying hash, now you're just going to put in quotes there, and then you tell it what documents. If it's supposed to find a document, a page called maybe login, then you just tell it login.html, and then it will find that particular document there. So I think that is what he is asking, unless if he's asking something else that I don't know. And then he needs to clarify on that. So anything else, then we are going to visit tomorrow. And then tomorrow, and then we're going just to cover the stuff that you guys need further clarification with, because I'm pretty sure right now we have covered almost everything that we need to cover, or that we needed to have covered at this particular time there. So do you have any further questions, any queries, clarifications, or we can look at that tomorrow?
Yes, sir, we can look at that too.
Yeah, because I think right now, like me feeding you too much information, it's gonna be a little bit too much for you guys. Okay. Seems like we have no further questions and stuff. So I think we can end here today. We covered a lot of ground. So you guys, now you need to go and do the actual work. And listen, guys, it doesn't help you to what you call this, to watch and not do. Especially when it comes to this is like 100% practical. So which means you need to do. The more you do, the better you become. That is how it is. That is how we work. Is the more you do something, the better you become at that particular thing there. So please go and practice everything that you're learning. And guys, listen, like when I say use sections, please use sections. If I say section your work, you're supposed to section your work. Do not just go on YouTube and watch someone else doing their whatever thing that they're doing there, and then you want to try and apply it. You need to understand it first. So which means you need to practice it first before you can actually do the application. That is why a lot of you guys, I'm pretty sure you're facing a lot of problems that you're facing. And because you are not really practicing the item, you need to practice this so that you can master it, so that you know exactly what you're doing. You cannot just emulate. You need to know whatever that you're emulating. There's nothing wrong with emulating, but know what exactly it is that you're emulating, instead of just emulating something that you are clueless about. Because once you start facing problems, you wouldn't even know where to start. So please, try to work with your items. Try to understand what each and every line of code. Try to understand what it does. Like if I say display flex, what exactly am I doing? If I say SCR, what is SCR? You need to understand. You need to have a clue on what exactly you're doing on that. So I think on this note, we can close for today, and then we're going to talk again tomorrow. So and for those of you guys, when you can, please help each other. I'll try to help each other as much as you can. If ever someone has got an issue and stuff, so please try to help each other, because that is how you learn also on your own side. That is how you master these concepts. The more that you understand, the more you explain to someone else, the more the concept stays in your head. So when you do that, it actually helps you as much as it helps that other person next to you. So if you can, try to help whoever reaches out to you, try to help them. So thank you so much, guys, for your attendance and for your work or everything that you guys are doing. We'll meet again tomorrow, and then in preparation for Monday.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.